More tip of the iceberg from Paul Turner. October 18, 2020 by Anna von Reitz. Many people are asking me, what's going on with all these huge international lawsuits against the World Health Organization and the Centers for Disease Control and the National Institutes of Health? Well, quite simply, the complaint against WHO is based on WHO selling bogus bonds and promoting a known scam to capitalize them, then using the proceeds as payola to guarantee that hospitals and governments would participate in the hoax in order to receive between $100,000 and $300,000 per COVID-19 death. This is otherwise called bond fraud and bribery, so they are being sued for damages. The fact that WHO declared a pandemic based on 150 cases doesn't help. Falsifying medical records is a lesser offense that all the participants are guilty of to one extent or another, and the proof that falsification has taken place is apparent from another fact: deaths attributed to plain old influenza have disappeared. It's a miracle. Call the Holy See. Here's a real opportunity for anyone wanting to claim sainthood. The issues against the CDC and NIH are more about complicity in the fraud and non-disclosure of self-interest and hiding scientific data, such as the fact that the PCR test purportedly being used to test for COVID-19 was known to produce a very large percentage of false positive results and was never intended for use to screen for a virus. The fact that millions upon millions of these PCR tests were ordered prior to the release of the purported virus, I am not convinced that it even exists for no known reason, is also suspicious, don't ya think? The fact that no such virus as COVID-19 has been isolated, and more damningly, no isolation protocol has even been started to identify any actual virus 6 months into the purported pandemic doesn't help. The fact that both the CDC and NIH are private organizations and both are involved in producing and selling vaccines for profit has been obscured, but there you are. That puts a rather different spin on their pronouncements when they are urging the public to get vaccinated using their own vaccines. As you can see, it drops the whole level of the discussion from scientific opinion to snake oil sales, and as a fact that isn't being disclosed, leaving the public relying upon scientific integrity and logic that doesn't exist. With 7 billion doses of vaccine and an undisclosed cost per dose on the table, you can see why. Just sayin'. Grandma's Shinola sensor went off back in March and hasn't quit going, BWAHH. BWAHH. BWAHH, ever since. But don't rely on me as the only one smelling rats. Rely on the governments of Germany, Italy, and the Netherlands, and read Paul's exposé on WHO and their pandemic bonds, and enjoy his understatement of the year entry at the very end. The rest is from Paul Turner. Please follow the link back to the original article found in the video description box for the documents and posts from Paul Turner. Thank you.